I've decided to put my gardening apron today. Hello everybody, welcome to this video. So today I've decided to do things a bit differently. Usually I post music on my channel and stuff I do with mostly music sheets and new compositions I put out. So today I've decided to make a little video to show you guys what I do in my little home studio sometimes. I like to do all sorts of crafty stuff and repair old electronics and repair old antiques and restore stuff. I've been wanting to do this for a long time and I've decided that tonight would be the right time to do it. What I've decided to do today is I wanted to change the vacuum tubes inside my Vox AC10C1 amp. It's a beautiful amp, I've been playing it for a few months now. Thing is, I've heard that it's much better when you change the tubes, so I've been reading on the internet that sometimes it's sort of an urban legend. Some people are not seeing that much of a difference, while others are seeing a great difference when they change the tubes. I decided to give it a try because could be a nice time to discover things together. I've decided to buy this amp because it's a beautiful little compact amp. It's lightweight. It's actually pretty powerful and loud for a 10-watt vacuum tube amp. Has a 10 inches Celestion speaker inside, and I thought it would be a perfect little amp for my little setup. Usually I just play for additional tracks on my records and just for fun, you know, I like to practice guitar a bit. So please bear with me while I'm no Joe Pass of this world. Please bear with my strange accent. I'm French Canadian, so you might feel like I mispronounce things sometimes. So let's get to it. So today I'm replacing the generic Chinese tube they put in these for some JJ tubes I bought from the tube store. I've decided to put some JJ electronics in there because, first of all, I don't have the money to buy the more expensive ones. I had to buy these JJ tubes instead, which are pretty good, I've heard. I bought two matched pairs, one of EL84 and one for the ECC83S, which are the 12AX7. These are the beasts we are gonna put in this amp. So first of all, just gonna move this big guy all the way over here. I'm gonna move the camera so you can see what I'm doing. All right, there we go. So first of all, we need to remove the screws. So let me just fetch a screwdriver here. I usually buy all my tools at Canadian Tire because all the Mastercraft tools are pretty cheap. Some people say they break easily. I usually really like them because they're all on warranty, and when you break them, they usually don't ask questions and just replace them right away. This clearly was a screw that holds the panel to the back panel. This part here is being held by those screws here to this large wooden panel, so don't really want to remove them. There's also two screws at the front that I need to remove. So these are the ones holding the panel right here. So normally that should be it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws back there, and there's 2 screws in the front. So let's see if I was right. Try and pull this back down. There we go. Should come out pretty easily usually.
Oh my god.
There we go. Just needed to pry it a little. So once you're inside the amp, you need to disconnect the speaker in there. It's a VX10 Celestion 10 inches speaker, so there's 2 short wires that needs to be disconnected. Usually you want to remember how they are plugged in because you don't want to switch the polarity in there. So the red's on top and the black's at the bottom. So this will serve as a reminder for me for when I put these back on later. There we go. When things get stuck sometimes, good pair of pliers will do a long way for that. So there we go. I'm gonna remove this big boy from there. So this is the amp. That's what's inside there. So now we're inside the amplifier. Here are the 2 EL84 tubes for the power amp, and here are the preamp tubes, the 2 12AX7. So we're gonna remove them, and then we're gonna pop the new tubes back in. So give me a sec, I'm just gonna go put on some gloves. I think I took these gloves a size too small, it's very snug on my hands. I've decided to wear gloves because some people are saying that when you put fingerprints on the lamps, the oil from your fingers will actually cook when the lamps are hot. I'm using nitrile, just regular nitrile gloves to prevent that. I've read on the internet that some people are just not using gloves at all and they just wipe it off. I am not sure about it, so I'm just gonna go with the gloves because I feel more comfortable with it. These little wires here that go around the lamp, they are to hold the lamp in place. So what I'm gonna do is just slightly pull on them very gently, and I'm gonna pull them back just like that. Then I'm gonna pull the lamp out of its socket very gently and slowly. There we go. This is the generic EL84 that came with the amp. Just gonna put them away and keep them for good use later. So this is the first one done. Gonna remove the second one. Just gonna make sure to pull very gently on them. Alright, there we go. Second tube is off. So they pretty much look the same. It has the JJ logo on it. I'm not too sure if there's that much of a difference now that I look at both of them. At least visually there's no difference at all. Just a few minor little changes, but I'm pretty sure the JJ Tubes have a much better building and much better materials inside. So we're gonna pop these in and see what difference it makes in the sound. Now, before we pop these in, we gotta make sure that the orientation of the tube is good so it fits well in the socket and you don't, you know, bend the leg while you put it in. So, right here, there's a little notch where there's no leg. You have got legs all around the base of the tube, but there's one place where there's no leg. So what you want to do is make sure that... So now let's put this tube back in. Just make sure you look at the socket to see where the leg, where there's no hole, so there's no leg that could fit in there. And just make sure that the orientation of the tube is good in the socket, and you should be fine. There we go. Just like that. So we're gonna put the second tube in. Alright, just gonna put this back on. Little tube hat. Put a little bit of shrink wire here to keep the tube on. Alright, so the power tubes are done. Even though it's the first time I replaced tubes in a guitar amplifier, I've actually written a few papers about tubes in the past. Don't know why I've been obsessed with vacuum tubes for a long time now. Just think they are very, very neat technology, even though they are usually pretty obsolete now. They used to put them in computers before they had transistors. Vacuum tubes actually does almost, well, does a similar job to a transistor. In computing, at least. First tube done. Second tube here. So, just gonna take the power amp and secure it aside. Alright, so let's put this back in. First of all, we need to connect the wires back inside of the cabinet. So, earlier I said that the negative bracket was gonna go on the bottom of the speaker and the positive bracket was gonna go at the top. So I'm just gonna connect them back just the way I said. You can also see the little plus sign over there, so I know where the red wire goes. So let's carefully put these back on. There we go. Alright. Just gonna slide this in there carefully. There we go. And just like that, the amp is back in place. So let's put the screws back on. There we go, so it's all done. Now let's go back and do some tests with that and see if it works all properly, what kind of difference it makes in the sound. So all the tests I will be doing will be with my trusty old Player One Fender Telecaster made in Mexico. It's a pretty classic guitar. I've also put some D'Addario semi-flat wounds on it. So for the audio test, we'll start with the amp on clean, and then I'm gonna crank up the reverb about 75% up, and then I'm gonna pull the reverb down and try the amp with the Boss DS1 distortion and then the Flamma British distortion. So for the tests, I decided to put the knobs on the amp for the gain at 9 o'clock, for the bass at 12 o'clock, the treble at 12 o'clock, the reverb at either 0% or 75% depending on the test, and finally the volume at 12 o'clock, so we're midway between 0 and the full power of the amp. So the change is not really night and day. I've seen a difference in the sound. So the sound already sounds more full. The basses are a bit more present. I feel like the sound in general feels a bit bigger, less twangy. But yeah, it doesn't make that much of a difference. So yeah, I mean, I didn't change the speaker or stuff like that, so of course the sound will not be extremely different, but I really like the edge it adds in the bass and how just more powerful it feels in general. The amp already sounded very good, but now I feel like it has the power I was searching for in the bass and the low ends, especially when I put down the distortion and I do the little chugging with the palm mute. I bought these tubes, both the EL84 and the 12AX7 or the ECC83S. I bought them on the tubestore.com, so check in the link below. I'm gonna put the link in the comments below. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see. Maybe I'm gonna make some more videos on that. I sure want to make a video where I replace the speaker in the amp for Celestion Greenback G10. I'm trying to get my hands on them right now. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you guys next time.